Hello, my dear friends and the client. Today we have incredible time and an interview with Mikey Studio.
Hello.
And hello. The most important, what the idea of interview, it's just to promote super successful business and then they give the opportunity for the local business and the business people to grow in and then to be well known by everyone in community.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you. I really
Thank
love what
you,
you're
Mike.
doing. So I'll introduce the place. My name is Mikey Scott. I run Mikey Scott Studio. It's a recording studio in a basement of our house, 24 Point Street in Penetanguishene. In this studio, I record music, I edit films, I make films, I do YouTube work, I do session musicianship for people. Basically anything media, music-y, filmy. Get in touch with me, I might be able to help you out. Also live music and performance. Yeah.
Wow, that's so impressive. A little bit tell me, Mikey, how would you came to idea exactly to do business like this one? Where did it came from?
Well, I was a very strange child. I had I spent most of my time in the music room when I was a kid. College, I went to do music, studied music technology, developed a great passion for mixing desks, the way instruments worked, trying to get the best kind of quality out of the useless instruments I had at college. And I just became obsessed. I developed such a passion for being behind a kit, recording it, getting it right, getting those tingles in the back of your head when you make a song that really speaks to you and can possibly speak to others. And that's how it all came about. I just had a little tiny job at an electrical superstore in the UK for a few months. That helped me pay for a few bits of equipment, a mixing desk and some microphones. And I had a very unsuitable room to record in, and I expanded from there.
Wow, wonderful. So, so when did you came to you said you came from UK?
That's correct. Yeah.
And then when was that? Many years ago?
Well, I worked doing recording studios in the UK from 2012 to 2019 when I moved here to be with my dear wife Natalie.
So
Yeah.
I would just say we are in the perfect time the meeting because you're just gonna make our world of the local community even better to bring that happiness and then slash business and opportunities.
I hope so. I really do. What's really important to me is that I've moved here recently. I've started my studio this year. I can't just come to the community and be like, let's do this, I want to do this, I want to go here. I need to meet people, I need to know what they're doing, I need to involve myself in projects that are going on within the community. And I'm excited by the sounds that people are making. I'm trying to listen to and find the artists and musicians around so I can share and become a part of the local community, as similar to what you're doing with getting in touch with the businesses. And I think that's vital in order to realise the colour, the sound, the emotion of the area. And I need to really immerse myself in that in order to grow and expand. First of all, I need to know what you are, what people are doing and what's going on, and try and get involved in some way.
Let's imagine like me as a local real estate broker, and then we in your beautiful studio. You telling me that sounds of exactly what you do. Can you give me more like details, like for the normal human being? What exactly, like I came to you or somebody else, you said, okay, I would be able to do what?
It depends on exactly what you want to do. I've had such a plethora of clients in the studio here and in the UK. I've had people come with lyrics. Let's say, for example, my father-in-law, he wrote some wonderful lyrics.
Okay.
And he said, can you make a song for it? I want a Calypso-style song. And I said, yes. And within a day, he had a Calypso-style track to his songs. If you are a musician and you want a performance video made, then come here and I will record your performance.
Okay.
I won't make the music for you, you make it, and I'll try and bring it out the best that I can. if you need jingles for your YouTube channel, for example, the Trailer Parkers, they're a local YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I've just made their intro music and a couple of loops for them. I work with the gem hunters going around the world looking for gemstones and filming all their YouTube videos. So there's if you need anything sound or music related, ask away. I might be able to help you.
Wow.
It's not just about releasing singles. It's not just about YouTube
Yes.
videos. It can be any purpose.
Yes. So it's kind of like more promoting someone or like a music or a lyric or anything which is related to music or any social channels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just even if you don't really know, okay, what exactly maybe I need, or maybe music or sound or any kind, they can call you. And then what's the phone number?
705-623-6102.
Okay, we're going to post all contact information. Now, what exactly motivating you of doing this kind of, such an incredible, so unique work? What exactly been the motivation to you?
There's many motivations. It was before it was I got on in the city of Hull. I loved the people who I recorded. I really enjoyed their company. I enjoyed how silly they were. I enjoyed how talented some of the people were. I haven't had much of the clients come into the studios I used to then, but I'm really hoping to grow to that point because I absolutely love seeing someone in a studio developing their verse to something that starts off there, but it goes the next level, the next level, the next level until it's polished, perfected, and then my goal is to have people crying in the studio because they love what's come out. And I've had that a handful of times, and that's one of my motivations, is just to make beautiful music for people and watch how much they're enjoying it and become a part of it. Other motivations as well, of course, I've got my little girl, she's 10 months old, and I need to work my butt off in order to make sure that she has a good life, and I'm determined to make sure that happens. Other motivations, just love and passion, and just it's pretty much the only thing I can do, really, all of these things.
I think you're a very super positive person, and I think that's so important in the things whatever you do, because it's a bring that passion and then a positive to business and relationship with people. It's so important.
Absolutely, no time for negativity.
So what will surprise you the most when you own the business in the new location? What surprised you most?
The different style of music to what I am accustomed to. In the UK, I was very accustomed to indie rock, metal, that kind of thing. There was very little in terms of country. Over here, everyone loves country, and I've had to learn country. I've had to listen to it on the radio and get to know and understand the colour and sound of the music that's going on in the air and what people enjoy, and make it accordingly. So a big surprise has been the culture shock of the different styles of music. I even now have a banjo in that corner in order to expand my horizons as much as possible. But I'm enjoying it. There's some wonderful music, and I'm hoping that people are enjoying what I'm coming. I might have some new ideas because I'm from a different place. So you never know. Yeah.
Would you tell me, have you found any different in now meeting the people, local people, in compare like while you're working in the UK? As you said, the country music, that's kind of like something different, more involved. It's something else, like what you found maybe regarding like what would be, or type of personality or open heart, or what would be regarding like local people?
I'm sure I will not offend any musicians in saying that we're all weird. And so I got all the weirdos I got on with in Hull that I was a part of course. Everyone seems to be equally weird, which I get on with perfectly. And so then wherever you are in the world, we're all the same really when we're doing things. We're into metal. We're it's like I'm back in Hull when I'm with the metalheads. If I go in Toronto, I was playing in punk bands, and it was very familiar to me, being with the punk bands in Toronto to being in Hull. So the musicians pretty similar, just different accents, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is something most people don't know about your business? Like, would you say like people like the studio or like a recording? Is it something like you tell the client, okay, you don't know like this one, which is kind of like very important, some details or or something like the quality, what would be make you different? Let's see, for example, like some another studio, how would you say, okay, what's the difference about me that I do differently?
There's one thing that I've been able to do since I started recording studios in 2012, and that was, if you came to me with lyrics, by the end of the day, I could have you recorded drums, guitar, bass, vocals, harmonies, mix, and master within an 8-hour period. And because I've got all the instruments set up already, I've got maximum efficiency and best quality relative to the efficiency. So within a day, for a day rate, you can have an entire song made start to finish.
Wow.
And that's been my main selling point since I've started doing this.
I would just say
Yeah.
that's the like a quality and then a time frame and then that's wonderful.
Of course, with amendments afterwards
Yeah.
if necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like you to share some feedback from a client. So, what would your client tell you before? What they love about your business?
I'm
I know, like it's
yeah.
hard to
I'm
kind
blown.
of like
Yeah.
say something good about yourself, but I would just say, obviously, the feedback. Um, uh, the feedback is so important, and then sometimes the feedback, which is could be or either a story, it is something you say. The people sometimes they're crying, like emotionally touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is something you can share, like some feedback, which is you remember.
Any particular, well, generalised, the feedback. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Everyone has tended to really enjoy the time with me in the studio. I try and get the best out of everyone and do it in an enjoyable, diplomatic way. I'm never like, that was a rubbish take, do it again. It's always like, yeah, that was great, we can do better. They like the way I communicate. They like the efficiency of the work, and with my old Facebook page, which doesn't exist anymore, so it can't be proven, I had an entirely 5-star review on that page, and I was Fruit Trade Music in Hull. I was really, really proud of that. I think it's attitude, friendliness, and willingness to experiment and to play, and why not put that chord in that makes no sense? Because if you haven't heard it, you don't know whether you like it or not. It's just that extra mile, that extra bit of effort that people seem to appreciate. And I
Good.
like it too.
Yes, wonderful. um, what's your goals? Like, how would you see yourself in the next year and next 5 years? I know sometimes goals they're personal, but we would like to know. Like I'm gonna meet you definitely in a year or next couple of years. What is your goal to growing?
Well, my year goal is to continue as I am doing for now. Um, I need more clients, of course. I have my constants, which is great, but I could do with a few more to keep things going. So I'm advertising. I'm making as many songs as I can in order to try and show the local community that I can do this. If you need help with your tracks, please consider me. I might be able to help bring your track forward. Future goals, though, after a year, because it's going to take a bit longer to get what I want in the future, is similar to what I used to do. I used to run rehearsal rooms. I had really lovely recording. I had 2 recording studios in Hull. The first one, especially, was lovely, fully soundproofed. I'd love to have my own establishment again, where I could have rehearsals, the recordings during the day, and I would love to get back into live music again. The recording of live music. because I used to do that very regularly in the UK as well.
Yes. Yeah, I will definitely will have a chance to introduce you and your business to. I even have clients, and I was so impressed. One of my clients, he's telling me like he's involved in a local band. They travel a lot,
Yeah.
and they are local. So the local community, the beauty is as many people as know what people do and be involved in the help in the growing business. I guess that's what you bring to the community.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I want to help and give back as much as I possibly can at the same time.
Would you please tell me how would you choose this neighborhood? Like, why would be you came to this area particular? Like when you had the choice to choose.
Well, having visited a few times before moving here, I was amazed by the idyllic scenery, the wonderful fishing. I've got to say, the great food, the friendliness of the people, the clean air. That's not to shun my old city, because I loved my old city, but the air's a lot nicer here than it was in the city of Hull. The wildlife, I love wildlife. I'm a bit obsessed with wildlife, so I've been enjoying that as well. Penetanguishene is a beautiful area with beautiful people. It's got a wonderful park, so the wildlife, the people, the music is great as well, and I've learnt that recently.
And especially for talented people like you, that's the energy, which is mother, like mother, like air, like weather, the water, Georgian Bay area will give all this energy to talented people.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to doing some video editing and captions at Rotary Park when the sun's out.
Can you tell me what was the very memorable customer experience you have?
I've had a few. I think one of my favourites would be that there's a really not death metal, it says sludgy, dark metal band in Hull called Mastiff. And they did a few albums live in my old studios. And that was so much fun. Because they're in there, they're moshing out, they're screaming, the drummer's getting really sweaty behind it. They're through 3 panels of glass, and I'm listening to a mixed version in my room as loud as I can, because why not? And days like that where you're listening to a live performance, you're watching it, and you're in control of it. I thought that was wonderful. They've got some amazing. I can think of 2 of the album names right now, Bork and Wrath. They're available online. The last recording I did with them ended up on Cyberpunk 2077, which is a game that came out a couple of years ago. So that's great as well. So that was a really memorable thing. Anything else that has been particularly memorable? There've been so many. Bridlington Festival.
We definitely would like to, when we're going to post this video, definitely we would like to get some maybe link to your past work. And because, whatever you love something and you would like to share, would be very much appreciated.
Okay. Good.
Okay, we continue our interview now. We are in a different studio.
We are. This is the recording room.
So what exactly is happening in this room?
This is where the noise is made. That's where the noise is produced, and this is where it's all made. So let's say you're coming in, you're in a band, you're the drummer. We'll record a quick ghost track in there, so you got something to listen to. Then you'll get behind here, or on your kit. I'll mic it up, or it's already set up if mine's in here. Give you some headphones, make some noise, and then move on to the next instrument. Yeah. Once we've got the best out of the drums, we can move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very impressed. And then what is this one?
That's my bass amp. That's my old band, Lightspeed Lover. I used to travel around with that equipment there. And so we've got a compressor at the top, an amplifier there.
And what is this one?
This is my PA system. This is, I've had this for quite a while. Everything that was here I brought from the UK when I moved here, including the PA system. I can fill a venue of about maybe 250 to 300 people with this sound system. with a bit of stage monitoring too, all to be improved upon and added to over time. So yeah.
Oh, very impressed.
Lots going on.
So again, just repeatedly, I would like to tell you, I been interview local businesses. This is incredibly different, and I see potential of this gentleman as a business owner as a huge, and I would always would like you to get involved and welcome it for any questions of anything that you may have to make it.
Please.
We're just gonna go a little bit about your experience to be on a neighborhood. Can you tell me what is your favorite things to be maybe going to some local restaurant or maybe going to the beach? What is your favorite places?
Well, my favourite place in the area is Rotary Park. That's probably because I have 2 dogs and I like to walk them. And I also love herons. I love the birds. I'm a bit of a bird nerd, a bit of a nature nerd. So I do enjoy the walks with my dogs. Places to go in the area. Me and my wifey have started enjoying some nights out at the pool hall and things like that. Once baby can be looked after, then we can go out every now and then, which is nice. Yeah, we because we've had a baby, we haven't been going out anywhere near as much as we've liked to recently, but we'll be getting back on there soon. I want to frequent the Legion more often because I believe there's a lot of potential there for local music as well.
So if the young person asks you advice, how would, like in this situation, how to live their life, what would you advise to be them? Like, we have a different young generation and even seems like you are very young, but you are so successful and then a lots of future in the front of you. For another young people who may be just looking for any advice from a person like you, how would you say would be very important to?
Anything you love doing, if you put the effort into making sure that you speak to those who also love doing it, become within the communities, you will find an income with your passion. You will.
That's a wonderful speech. Thank you. The last questions, it's kind of a little different,
Okay.
but it's so important in any age of recognize. How would you love to be memorable? Like I totally understand the business is so important, growing business so important. Is there any another dream touch point which is obviously family important, growing, but something which is you would like to be as a leave certain memory for the future generation?
I have never considered my own legacy. I don't think I've ever thought.
Maybe because you're very young. I guess that's the question. But next time when I interview you, you're gonna tell me exactly what would be.
What do I want people to? If I were to die tomorrow or in 50 years, well, 50 years I'll be lucky. What would people remember me for, or what would I want them to remember? I've never considered that. I will ponder that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take that, but because my original maker is so young and then he's so busy with work, I didn't really consider to kind of think some questions which is of the business, of the growing, and of the whole involved in to be in a life to be in. Yeah. Would you please tell me now, as we are getting the end of interview, I would like to again like more in the details, more about like what would be your perfect client or would be your some potential client. Okay, now we you recording music, you doing anything which is comes to music, promoting people with music or any on a YouTube or social media, giving any advice. Is anything I was missing?
You haven't missed the thing actually. You've got everything covered. My perfect client would of course be Prince. If Prince could come to the studio, if he could just be alive again and come to the studio and record with me, I'll invite Prince down any day, but that's impossible. There is no perfect client. Everyone's perfect. Everyone's different with what they need and what they want. whether it's a jingle for a YouTube channel, or if it's a love song, or if it's anything for any purpose, a Christmas song. Yeah, I could do an Easter song if they exist, you know.
So how people can find you?
People can find me on www.MikeyScottStudio.com. Do people still say www these days? I'm not sure they do they? MikeyScottStudio.com. I'm also on the Facebook /Mikey Scott Studio, and the Instagram. I think it's an @ thing on the Instagram. Yeah. That's my social media links. Also YouTube, Mikey Scott Studio. Got a big YouTube, well, tiny YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow it, but I'm also working with the Gem Hunters too. So check out the Gem Hunters on YouTube, because you'll see some of my videos there.
And the phone number again?
Phone number is 705-623-6102.
I would like to personally thank you so much for interview.
Thank
and
you.
We post all information how people can contact you, and from me I would like to thank you so much for being in this area and bringing that passion and energy to this area. And I'm sure that we're gonna be on in a certain moment to get together again and tell and say to people how you're growing, how you improving, and then the more success about your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving me this interview. I'm really honoured that you came to me. I love what you're doing. I love the promotion you're doing to the community. So thank you for getting me involved.